Somebody here is definitely, the sun's starting to shine. They've released all their baggage, probably don't have any debt. They're reliable. Dependable. Paid off, maybe even paid off their mortgage. But it's more about this person just not having any baggage. They're footloose and fancy free. They have a house and a home. This is someone who possibly has options around them. But this is a person who kind of, a little bit of a dreamer. They kind of fantasize here. Yeah, this is someone, it's all about romance too, but they do have options. But I'm not so sure what this person's interested in here because oh, it's 9 of Cups, someone who's cautious. I thought it was the 7 of Cups. I can't count, but I generally don't. I haven't used this deck a whole lot in the last while, but this is an energy of someone who's kind of playing it safe, being a little cautious. Yeah, and they are fantasizing and romanticizing here, so this person's a romantic at heart. Yeah, they are confident. They have a lot of self-control. Yeah. Wow, I mean, this is, the 9 of Cups is telling me it has to do with someone who takes a little bit of time to feel confident with somebody. They may not show their true self right away because they play it kind of safe. But this is someone who's hoping for something here. Yeah, they want something. They're thinking romantic thoughts and fantasizing. Yeah, they want to build the foundation. This is someone who wants to get something going here. And they are reliable. If this person makes a date, they'll show up. Yeah, but they are cautious for some reason here. They want this, though. It's that wish fulfillment, They fantasize about living with someone, having a home. You're going to date with this person. Let's have a look at the 10 of Wands. Yeah, see, it's about justice and harmony. This is somebody who actually is a committal person. But they're looking for someone who's just right. And I do feel they have options. They're quite particular here. Let's have a look at the 4 of Wands. Or 3 of Wands. 4 of Wands with the 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is that energy of waiting. Someone who's been just waiting for the right person. Waiting for the one. This is someone going through some kind of expansion. They're expanding something. It doesn't have something to do with their home. But it's about justice and harmony coming in right. This is someone looking for the right person. They're willing to wait. They've waited. This is someone who's waited for the right person for some time. If you've been waiting for this person, this is what they're doing. They're going through expansion, something to do with their home. Maybe they have a home-based business or something here. But yeah, it's a situation coming to fruition. Yeah, someone who's ready for something new here. It's a person who's high vibrational, pretty positive. They're pretty happy for the most part. Yeah, pretty happy person. They often look at the bright side, but you can see the sun is shining. This is someone ready for something new. So it's somebody who's been just waiting for the right person. So they want to get this going. This person, there's an attraction here. I'm going to tell you, when that sun shines, yeah, see, it's all about partnering up. This is someone who's been waiting for a partner. They're quite particular. Justice is here, so it's about harmony. They're looking for harmony. They want a peaceful union. This is someone going to take somebody on a date here, yeah. Probably go out for dinner. Yeah, they do play it safe, though. See, there it is again, playing it safe. They're a little careful what they wish for. They got to keep a few things to themselves until they feel confident. Yeah. Tell me about strength. Yeah, this is person feeling confident. They're going to communicate. See, this is someone who's kind of cautious and plays it safe till they feel confident with somebody, and then things start to speed up. So there's movement and momentum here. Yeah, they could have multiple opportunities. I have to be honest. This is someone who has possibly multiple opportunities. But this is also someone who's been there, done that. They want harmony. So they're very cautious about who they choose, who they connect with, who they share a lot with too. Yeah. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this is somebody who's worked very hard to get where they're at. But this is someone who puts in a lot of effort. But they are a perfectionist. They're looking for, basically looking for someone who's perfect, but perfect for them. Yeah. So someone who's been spending, you know, someone who looks like they've been alone for a while. They have been married before. Yeah. Maybe not, though. I mean, not necessarily, but it's more about justice and harmony. Someone who's just right. This is someone just waiting for the right person. They just focus on work. Yeah, they've got some heartache in the past. There's been some heartache, but they've let it go. So whatever it is, they're over. 10 of Wands, they're over it. So there's been heartache. That's why this person's playing it safe. See, they're really particular who they let in. Yeah, you can see the stars. This person can be quite popular, maybe well known. But they have let go of this hurt and heartache. They've healed. They know their worth and value. Lovely. But this is somebody who, you know, they kind of have a dream about what it is they want. I'm going to tell you, this is something to do with a dream home too. Somebody's dream home. They fantasize a lot about that too. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is someone who's just purchased a new home, building a home. Something new. Wow. Tell me more about this star. Yeah, they're manifesting. They have everything they need to manifest their desires. Yeah, this is somebody who's gathering up tools, information. Very handy. I'll tell you about this person. They're very handy. Okay. Fixing up a home, working on a home, building a home. But they are somebody who's a bit of a perfectionist. Tell me about the sun. See, this is someone who's been playing it safe and being cautious, and it follows through. So you can see it takes a little time for this person to feel confident before they say a lot or before things start even moving here. But let's have a look at the sun. Let's have a look at the sun. Yeah, this is someone a little shy at first. See, it takes them a bit to get confident, but they are a happy person. Yeah. This is definitely somebody who's had some heartache here. Yeah. To me, it looks like someone who's just kind of getting out there again, but this is someone who often isn't sure what to say. Do you want to go for a cup of coffee? Oh, it's going to be simple. They're playing it safe. Do you want to go for a cup of coffee? Maybe a drink? Tell me more about this person. It's going to be a very simple kind of date here. Yeah, they are single. They are single. They're probably going to ask you if you are first and foremost. They are a very cautious person because they've been hurt. So they're over it, but, you know, you learn those lessons, right? So they definitely are single. They'll likely ask you if you are. Yeah, they dress for success. They take care of themselves. Yeah, they're putting their best foot forward too. See, they want to build. It's about coming in right. They want to come in right. They like to go about things the right way, because this is somebody who obviously didn't in the past, because there's this hurt and heartache, end of a relationship. Yeah. They are a person who generally commits. They are a committal person, but like I say, they will follow through. This person will follow through. If they ask you out, they'll follow through. So let's have a look. It just keeps kind of saying that with this person. So, yeah, they are somebody whose sword goes up. They're rather protective of everything they work for, what's theirs, because of the heartache. Yeah. So I do feel this is someone who's kind of sore. They may come across as a little cold at first, but this person will warm up. And they definitely will talk a lot. See, they kind of warm up. There'll be movement. But this person's a little bit, you know, they ask a lot of questions. They're quite discerning. You want to be honest with this person. If they ask you if you have other options, make sure you tell them the truth. They'll tell you. They probably have some other people that they're, you know, been kind of dating. But I feel they've been there, done that too, right? So they're actually moving on from someone here. I think they're clearing out some of their options too. This person has integrity. They speak truth. Yeah, they don't trust easily though. Yeah, they don't trust easy. So like I say, it takes a little bit of time to gain this person's trust, because they've been there, done that. They've been manipulated before. There's been hurt. Yeah. Mixed messages, mixed signals. Don't try to manipulate this person. Yeah. say their BS detector goes up. So just be honest with them. Yeah, they can be a little judgmental, but like I say, I feel this is someone who softens up a bit once they warm up. You see, they start to talk a lot more. At first, they're probably not sure what they. I think they're going to come across as a bit shy and cold. But they'll tell you the truth. Like I feel you ask them something, they'll just tell you the truth. They don't really. They're not hiding. They have nothing to hide. Yeah. So they are very interested. They'll let you know they're interested. You'll know very quickly. They're going to ask you a lot of questions. What you're interested in, yeah, see, like what you like to do. Interesting. I actually feel like you're going to talk a lot with this person. You know, a lot of talk about work, the things you like to do. You know, if you're interested in anyone else, they'll ask you. You know, they expect truth. They'll tell you the truth. I don't feel this person hides anything, but they don't trust easy. Yeah, they're somewhat private too. They often keep a lot of things to themselves. Yeah, they keep a lot in. This is definitely somebody who doesn't, you know, if they've been hurt, they will not tell you. They won't probably, if you ask them, they'll tell you the truth. But this isn't somebody who just says to you, hey, I've had hurt feelings, you know, I've been hurt before. They're not going to tell you. They don't lay their burdens on other people. This person has strong shoulders. They're strong, right? And emotionally strong too. But they are discerning. They're very wise. They're quite intelligent, very articulate. Yeah, very passionate, very creative, quite charming. See, they can be funny, witty, charming. You see, it'll start to come out in this person. Yeah, very good morals and values. They'll be asking you about certain things, you know, like what you do for a living, you know. Nothing, they're not overly invasive. But like I say, it's more like they're an open book. They do expect truth and loyalty. They want to make sure you're on the same page. Like they're going to I mean, basically they're an open book, but they're not going to just pour their heart out to you. They're not somebody like that. Very masculine, literally sexy, charming. Literally, this person oozes masculinity because I can see the energy. But boy, they do not trust easy. It takes this person time. Yeah, they trust their intuition too. They have a very strong intuition. They go on their gut instinct. Yeah. But I feel like I say, I feel that they're just somebody who's, I mean, I feel like you're going to go out, it's going to be a date, it's going to be very casual. They'll kind of fill you in and tell you what you need to know. So I get the vibe they may be single for a while, but they've dated people. I can definitely tell they've got knowledge and wisdom here. But yeah, this person has faith that they'll make the right choice. They are loyal, they have integrity, they're looking for the same. Yeah, they are definitely someone here. They're, one thing for certain, they're going to absolutely make, this is somebody who may have, what I get, the vibe I get is somebody manipulated this person before that was probably in a relationship. There was some kind of deception. So this person's very careful. That's why all this caution. So, yeah. But you don't, I don't see anything major. Like, don't get the assumption that they're going to just be really super cold. And they're just articulate. They kind of will be in their head a little bit. They do think before they speak. Yeah, but they're very creative, very charming. They, like I say, they ooze sexuality, masculinity. Yeah, yeah. They take pride in themselves, the way they look. Yeah, they're definitely open. I mean, they're definitely very friendly. This person will open up. Like, they'll start to open up once they feel comfortable that you're not up to something or trying to manipulate, or this is someone who's been deceived. Oh, they've learned. You know, that King of Swords is the same as the Queen of Swords that way. Yeah, see, making this person feel comfortable. I think you're going to feel comfortable with this person. And if you make them feel comfortable, they'll open up a lot more and fast. Like, I don't see this moving slow. They're actually somebody, you know, there's good momentum here. This is not a super slow person, not with the King of Swords and the King of Wands. Yeah, they are definitely someone who kind of longs for loves and crushes. Yeah. They may talk about some things of their childhood, things like that, their history. They're going to want to know things, you know, do you have children, things like that. Yeah. In fact, some of you might know who this person is. You might actually know who this person is. It could be somebody maybe you went to school with or worked with in the past, or college, university, or met them at a festival or some sort of gathering. So some of you might know who this is. But other than that, it's just questions, see? It's all about gaining their trust and they're confident. Yeah. I feel the energy of feeling comfortable, warming up. Yeah, see the Empress energy. This person's going to be, I say, there's going to be more than one date. They'll make another offer. So it's about let this person too know that you're open to another one, another date if you are. Because I actually feel we've got the start of something new here. Yeah, they're going to crush. This is somebody who crushes pretty quickly. I mean, it's a King of Wands, King of Swords energy. Now, some of you, I have to be honest, there are two people here. One of these people you might know, the other one you may not. Somebody's new, somebody you've known before. And it's the same energy. One of them's a little more strict, stringent, schedules, routines, very structured kind of person. Often cold and often a little hard to, warm up to people because they don't trust. In fact, they both have that energy. So they have similarities. But if there are two people here, one of them's just, a little more fiery, passionate. They move pretty quick. But like I say, it takes them a little time to trust. And again, trusting the intuition, their inner knowing. It's like they just know. This person is very good at figuring people out. They know when they're being manipulated. So whatever you do, yeah. It's just something that's happened to this person. And I don't think this person, they're not going to say anything. Okay? But I feel it's about being comfortable. Queen of Pentacles, see, being really gracious, being really comfortable. This person will definitely follow through. Yeah, I feel like this is mostly just one person. Some of you, there's definitely two. Yeah, definitely two. Tell me about this King of Wands. What else do we need to know about them? What does this person like to do? Let's see what they like to do. What does this person like to do? Looks like they work. Both of them work. What do they like to do? They might like going trips, travel, holidays. They may have a boat. Somebody here could be a pilot. Work on a boat, a ferry, things like that. They're very calm. This is someone definitely wants to get to know you. Moving forward calmly and peacefully. Yeah. But I do think it's going to take time for this person to get close, but not a long time. But yeah, it feels, what does this person do? What do they like to do? I think they like to travel. They like to explore. King of Wands, often full of adventure. But yeah, it looks like, I say the swords is travel, movement, air. There's water here, but I mean, like I say, they might like fishing, or what they do for work, something to do with a boat. And I did see the energy of somebody with skills, tools, that builds homes or is building a home. Yeah. What else does this King of Wands, what do they like to do? What else do they like to do? They like to walk. They like to go, hiking. They like to hike. This is someone who likes to hike in the evening. Yeah, they like to take a little evening walk. Yeah, more than likely hiking. Yeah, this person collects things too. They hold on to things. They're quite sentimental. They like to collect things. They're kind of protective of things too. Yeah. They could be a little stubborn at times, but like I say, I'm asking what they like to do. So this to me is someone who collects things, and they like to collect stuff. They're kind of materialistic. They like stuff. They like nice things. Yeah. They also have come up with a lot of ideas. So they definitely often come up with a lot of ideas. So I feel with that King of Wands, very creative person. They have a lot of creative ideas, things I like to do. So I kind of get they like to tinker a little bit maybe. Yeah. So let's have a look at, where'd the King of Swords go? Let's have a look at the King of Swords. What does this person like to do? It's probably all one person, but we'll see. See what comes up. Yeah. King of Swords. King of Swords is often someone who Like as far as work or jobs, I mean, and how somebody looks, what they look like, often chiseled features, sharper features, um, often lighter colored eyes, not necessarily, often piercing kind of eyes, eyes that really catch your attention. King of Swords works in science, things they figure out. They can be accountants, they can be soldiers, they can be police officers, lawyers. Yeah. King of Wands is often more hands-on kind of person. Somebody with hands-on, you know, they're very creative. They like to work with their hands. Like I said, they like to tinker and fix things and yeah. But it's often somebody who's a little more outdoorsy or, I mean, it's often blue collar kind of situation. But yeah, I feel like, you know, whoever they are, there's that energy of masculinity. This person's someone who's more in their head. They like to figure things out. They find that a challenge. What else about this person? They like to look for clues, so they probably like science fictions. They like to look for things, so I don't know. What do they like to figure things out? They're always looking for clues. So I would say if they were to watch television, they like stuff like science and spy stuff. And somebody here, I also see someone who could be a private investigator, a researcher. Yeah, I see this person also someone who also very creative. Somebody with a lot of skills, very capable. I feel this is all. What else do I see about this person? This is someone who builds people up too, but you know, I feel like it's both somebody who inspires people, builds them up, helps them achieve things, but it's definitely both of them are goal-oriented kind of people within reason. And this person too, this is someone who tempers their thoughts. They actually have a nice temperament. They're often, very patient. Somebody very patient. But this is someone who often takes a little step back and looks at things in a different way, sees things from a different light. See, this is a person, I feel like one of these people, it's like they're into sci-fi or, you know, things like that. They always have a lot of ideas and they're very articulate. I mean, it's often even people who are writers and things, you know. But to me, it looks like something they examine, something examiner, or, yeah, people who do research or something. Interesting. So these are some of the possibilities for career. I mean, the King of Wands is often blue collar. They work with their hands, but they have a lot of skills. See, I feel like there's a lot of skills here. That's why I feel some of you, it's just one person. Some of you, there's two. But I see having one date, and it takes a little time for someone to warm up, and then another date. And they will always follow through. They will always follow through. So yeah, this is someone who sees the possibility of seeing you some more. They do fantasize and romanticize, and they will start to get a little more romantic as time goes on. One of these people isn't the best at romance, though, but it's an energy of trying and always trying to come up with ideas here. Yeah, trying something new. So I feel there's one of these people likes to try new things a lot, and it could be foods, all kinds of things like that. So interesting. You know, it's funny here with this person, the way it's, hey, do you want to just go for a cup of coffee? They want to just keep it simple. But I'm going to tell you, because the Queen of Pentacles is here, this is going to be easy. It's going to be easy to make this person, because I feel some of you are just naturally going to make this person feel comfortable. If they're going to do everything they can to make you, they'll notice if you're uncomfortable, like your body language too. So there you go. How the date goes, I think it's just casual, like a cup of coffee, a drink, lunch or something, you know, a burger, that kind of thing. It's something really casual. So, yeah. But you'll have other dates with this person because they see opportunity. They see opportunity here with you. And I think both of you are going to see opportunity. Yeah. But it's also, like I say, it's about Seven of Cups. Seeing other people, other options. So there's going to be something about that too. One thing I'll tell you, if this person likes you, if you are online dating, social media, or you have other opportunities there, this person will get a little bit sketchy and have a hard time trusting. Okay? But yeah, Yeah, they will. This is somebody who's going to offer you that cup eventually. This could go somewhere. I mean, it's just someone who takes a little time here to wear their heart on their sleeve, to express how they feel. But when this person likes you, you're going to know it. Literally, their cup's going to runneth over. They see opportunity. Yeah, they will offer you that cup, but it's all about getting comfortable, just keeping things simple, just being kind of patient here. But don't worry about this person. They're not slow like a turtle. Yeah, so this is somebody who has a lot of self-control. Yes, they fantasize of being with you. As far as lovers, yeah, I think this person's adequate. They like to try new things. Yeah, I do feel like this is someone who really wants to form a bond with someone. They see opportunity for a bond, an opportunity for love. And I do think there's going to be a lot of attraction. I feel there's going to be a really nice physical attraction here. But it's going to be like this, keeping it simple at first, kind of that slow burn kind of energy. Yeah. They have self-control, so you don't have to worry about this person. Insane. Insane. So there you go. This is the person you're going to have a date with. Now you can talk to this person. Like I say, they're an open book if you want to know if they have children or their childhood, their history, you know. Yeah, but not the first date. Keep it simple the first date. After that, a little bit more of an open book. It's about making sure first you're on the same page. If you have an agreement with this person, they'll stick to it. They're loyal. Okay? Yeah, they're looking for loyalty. This is somebody who kind of wants a partner. They are a committal person. But one thing about this person, don't expect too much too fast. It takes them a little bit of time. Like as far as, they are sentimental. They are somebody who gives little gifts. They'll show you that they like you. They might even spoil you a little bit. But like I say, don't expect too much too fast. Now, what this person looks for is somebody who's, I do see this energy of grace and generosity. This energy of being very grace, a lot of grace. This is somebody who will let you know. Like if you were to say, cook this person a meal, they would thank you for that meal. Okay, because it's about grace, generosity, speaking truth. And because we have this into me, I see, intimacy. Yeah. So it's an energy of appreciation, showing appreciation. This person will appreciate everything that you do, but they'll be looking for the same. So wish you the best. Bye for now.